5 tips to help principals, assistant principals, school site leaders really navigate the community. So number 1, understanding professional capital. If you've never read the book Professional Capital by Hargreaves and Fulham, I highly recommend it. Fulham and Hargreaves really open up and talk about social capital, human capital, and they also talk about decisional capital. So those 3 things in tip number 1, really get to understand and know those. Social capital, get to know your community. Don't just assume you know your community. You may want to go to a baseball game, a student soccer game. You may want to have some activities at your school site where parents can come in and maybe watch a sporting event, but also consider offering them professional learning, which is increasing the human capital. Don't assume that your families and teachers know about things like suspension, the education code, what happens when a student is absent for a long period of time. There's this assumption sometimes because we know, they know. So just to really think about that. And then when things are happening, you need to have the ability to make a decision. Decisional capital means that you can actually develop some research-based instruction or research-based knowledge that will allow you to make decisions based on that information. It might be, should I be suspending this child or should I not? Can I work with the families so that this doesn't happen again? And we'll dive into that in a longer YouTube. The other thing I want you to really think about is knowing your community from that social capital. Do you know what the local businesses are? Do you know if they want to volunteer? Do you know your police department, your fire department? Have you brought them out to meet the students, maybe at an evening event? Because children in economically disadvantaged areas tend to be more afraid of people in those positions. So if you bring them to the community, they get to know the police officers, maybe medical professionals, and the fire department. They will engage and they will feel safe in their own community. The other thing you want to do is get to know your real estate agents. Number 3, get to know them because they can come in and provide professional learning for your community of teachers, the support staff. They can talk about mortgages and bring a mortgage broker in, talk about how you can keep them in the community, because when someone owns, they're more likely to stay there. Here's one that I really think all principals should do. We are no longer, as leaders in school sites or districts, we're not just managers. We need to be present. We need to be available for our community, and you need to be in the classrooms. Teachers want to know that you care. Students want to know who you are. When a student doesn't know you're the principal or assistant principal, that's an issue. They should see you outside at physical education. If you are in elementary recess, lunchtime, go and talk to the students. Children, even the big ones, the ones that are in high school, they are still in the mind of a child. So even if they're 6'4", they want to get to know you, and teachers and students and support staff really want to know who you are. So be present. And this last one, as a leader, it is your responsibility to go out into the community and volunteer as well. So if you live far away from the community, you may want to figure out what you should do, but not just volunteer in the community. Volunteer to offer professional learning at conferences like the National Association of Elementary School Principals. Go out and network with people like you so that you can hear what they're doing well, maybe tell them some of your ideas, offer them advice around what it is you're doing, and maybe you need some help and support. People like you can support you, and you will create a network. So if you ever do decide to leave, you have people that can support and mentor you. So tell me what you're doing in your community. Go ahead and comment below, and thank you so much, and make sure you like and follow.